Hello everyone. So I'm on the trail up here in Griffith Park, and I took this trail thinking it might get better and better, but it looks like it's getting more and more challenging as I go, meaning there's more and more rock step-ups, and I don't want to keep lifting the leather unicycle over these big rock step-ups. So I'm going to, I probably could have went down that, but if I fall and the unicycle goes over the edge, I don't want to be climbing down the side of a mountain trying to get the unicycle out. So I'm just gonna walk it down there. So anyway, right now it's around, I don't even recall what time it is. I think it's like 5 right now, 5 p.m. Looks like we have a ride tonight that meets at, oops, I think it meets at like 8 or 8:30. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh, I almost just fell. My foot didn't reach the ground. I think I'll stand up, it's easier. Should I go over that? Oh, we made it. That was fun. That actually looked really big in person, but on the video it may not seem significant at all. Yeah, this is a pretty narrow trail. Okay. Oh boy. What did I get myself into here? These are opportunities to increase my skill level. Ooh, I just almost pedal clipped. My shoe hit the mountain like a rock or something. Looks like someone's walking on the trail. Hi. I turned around, it was too much for me. Perfect for hiking though. Have a good day. I don't know if she was talking to me or not right now. I heard her say something. When I said too much for me, I meant too much for me on the unicycle. This unicycle weighs 88 pounds. And it's not the easiest to maneuver right now. People say as you ride it more and more, it just gets easier and easier to maneuver. Okay, I'm trying to sit down right now. If I can find a smooth enough area where I can sit down, transition. Oops, almost fell. This is a pretty steep hill right here. Okay, made it. Oh, boy. All right. They say in life to gravitate toward the people that you get along with and that you feel drawn to, right? It's one of the things that... So by the way, this channel is like a journal to me, where I just share my thoughts. Okay, so if you want to just see the electric unicycle riding, you can just turn the sound off. But I'm going to be talking about things I think about in my life and challenges I'm facing as well. Let's go, which way should we go? I guess we can go this way. So one of the things I'm thinking about right now, that's where we came in right there, is that they say it's good to gravitate toward the positive experiences, right? People that we resonate with and naturally get along with. But some people say that they're drawn to people they don't understand, and they want to understand more And does that enrich our experience of humanity as a whole? A little birdie, when we can connect with more people, right? That's a thought. And then some, they say life is very conflicting. Like we can feel drawn to someone and also like not drawn to someone at the same time, like drawn to them and drawn away from them. I'm not sure how to say it, but it's complicated, right? Or it can be. Or some people say it's simple, just trust your heart or trust how you feel, right? I've met people where I can tell that I'm reminding them, like I think I'm reminding them of someone, because I'm like, it feels like they can either like me or not like me, and they don't know me though. It's like, wow, how do they like me so much when they don't know me? Or how do they feel, you can see someone reacting, like their emotions. It's interesting, right? And I don't know if we learn about any of this stuff in school. Like, it seems like it's not talked about. This is the kind of thing that we're just kind of like on our own with to figure out, and then to talk about it amongst each other too, right? So that goes down. When we would hike up here, that's one of the paths we'd go down right there. They say there's hundreds of paths up here, or even thousands, I think. Imagine thousands or even hundreds and thousands of paths up here. Wow, it's a lot, right? So what I'll probably do is top the battery off after this ride, or if it gets late, I'll just go straight over to the ride from here, from my ride. I'll just combine the two rides, combine my practice with tonight's ride. The good thing about sitting down right now is it's saving my energy for standing up with the group when we go ride together. So I am wearing my face mask. I'm not sure what to call it. It's actually open in the front, but it covers the top of my head, so it's keeping my hair out of my forehead. But it also goes around my neck, and so it keeps the sun off my neck, which is really important. I was sharing with everyone recently that I met someone that has been through melanoma. They had melanoma, which is a cancer of the skin, and it actually attacked their lymph nodes. They had to have lymph node surgery, and I'm not sure what that means. Like, well, I don't know what they do to the lymph nodes, but they went through a lot. And I was sad. I'm not going to say names, but I was sad when I said to them, because I'm familiar with Nikola Tesla's scalar light. I'm familiar with it. And when I told this person about the scalar light, they had a free trial going. They were just like, I'll pass. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, you'll pass. Like, how if it's free and they don't ask for any personal information, right? They don't ask for anything. How do you not try it? And if they're not doing anything to your body, right? They're not touching you. I don't really know how to explain it, but maybe I can compare it to like people that are spiritual, if I say it that way. If I say spirituality or God, both those. If you believe in God and believe or believe in spirituality or both, I would say think of that, and to me it's like that. It's similar to that to me. But there's a science to it, right? There's science there, and they call it a new science. Now some people like to make fun of anything new, and they call it, it's fake science, it's pseudoscience, it's fake. But to me, fake science is saying that something's impossible. That immediately qualifies as fake science, because real science never says impossible. Never. How do you like that? Real science has nothing to do with impossibility. It has everything to do with continuing to do the experiment. Like Thomas Bearden used to say, he invented the motionless energy generator, right? Well, what did Richard Feynman talk about, and John Wheeler? Richard Feynman's a Nobel Prize winner. He talked about enough energy in a cubic centimeter of space, the space that is the air we breathe, right? The space that we exist in, has enough energy to power the whole planet. And my research and study indicate conclusively that We are accessing small amounts of that energy right now. But when you ask people, they're like, no, we're not. We can't tell you where the energy comes from, but it's not coming from there. So it sounds like to me like people are saying we're making energy. Like the power companies, are they making energy and we buy it? No. They're translating the vacuum energy into energy that meets our needs, right? So, my brain is, all of our brains, I'm told, are programmed that they come inherently designed to find the simplest solution and to put information together, right? But what I see us doing, what I see is that we kind of make things so complicated, endlessly complicated. Which, I'm not speaking against that, except that let's not leave out the simplicity as well, the simplicity of nature. Because as Donald Lee Smith, Magnetic Resonance Energy Crafting Systematic Index book, right, assembled by Rick Friedrich. It's available on Amazon and at r-charge.com, I think. I don't know if it's .com or .org, but that book is a must-have. It's the life's work of Donald Lee Smith. And Don Smith said nature is very simple. Very simple. And he's like, humans are complicated. Nature's simple. Remember the Coral Castle? I've been told about the Coral Castle my whole life. Where the gentleman, if I'm understanding correctly and recall correctly, that gentleman was able to lift rocks by just sending a signal to the rocks. A signal, like applying a signal, which seems like it's a static signal to me, like a static charge. These are very steep hills here. Oh gosh. I don't know if I should be sitting down on this one. It's very steep. Wow, this is steep. I can't believe this. I'm going to stand up. I don't know if I've been on this before. Even hiking, I don't know if I've been on it. Imagine touching a rock or something, let's say a rock, but really anything, right? And then it becomes weightless, where you can just pick it up like nothing and just float it over and move it around. And I don't know the gentleman's name of the Coral Castle work, but that gentleman knew how to do that, I think, if I understand correctly. That's what he did. And I feel like it has to do with pulses, and it has to do with frequency. Well, look what did Tesla say? Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand how the universe works, think frequency, vibration, and energy. I think he said energy. Frequency, vibration, and energy. Now think, we're using 3 words there, because I think of energy as frequency and as vibration. But what if we look at 3 of those as 3 separate events that can interact with one another in varying degrees? Right? What do you think happens? What happens to the way we charge batteries? Right? What was G Batteries doing? Not now. Their website's completely different now. I don't know what's happening. But they were charging batteries in 5 minutes. They were charging an electric vehicle battery in 5 minutes. They were extending the battery life many times over, longer than slow charging, the lifespan of a slow charged battery. So if you had 2 batteries, the exact same batteries, let's say you had 2 electric cars, and you charge one electric car like at a regular charging station, just a regular level 2 or even a 110 volt at home, the slow charge that takes all night or several nights. If you compare that to what G Batteries was doing a couple years ago when I spoke to them, they were charging an electric vehicle in 5 minutes, between 5 and 10 minutes, and they had an artificial intelligence algorithm, AI-driven algorithms, that were avoiding the resistance when they charge a battery. They have all the patents. They have 45 patents filed or applied for. I'm not sure how many were granted. And and they said every single person at that business, not one of them understood why their product wasn't out yet. They work day and night, endlessly, without end, driven, passionate, every day dedicated to the public having the access to these fast charging technologies. I went to Tesla Motors, asked them, have you heard of G batteries? They said, oh yeah. Everyone's heard of them, but what's happening? What's being done? And people can blame, like, businesses just buy them up so it doesn't compete with their stuff. Well, you could say that, but to me, that's negative, right? What's a positive? A positive is, how do we understand what was being done? And I'm going to share that with you, because it was shared with me. I'll share it with you. And then how do we replicate in very, very endlessly various ways, right? Endlessly various. That means now when you change something, you can get a new patent on it. But the question is, do we keep repeating the same? If we call it a mistake might be something where it doesn't get to the public, right? If I categorize that as a mistake, because if the goal is for the public to have something, this is a very steep hill. If the goal is for something to be publicly available, and it doesn't make it to the public, then what went wrong, right? Don Smith used to talk about this all the time. He used to say, oh, they're making me wait longer than my life can last, right? Like, he can't live that long. And he said they were running out his time clock. But he made decisions. He committed himself to companies, to business, and he made a lot of money. And the public didn't get it. But what he did do is he tried to teach people, and he said he's trying to teach the secrets of what I'm calling them secrets, but he's trying to teach the science of how those systems work. But the requirement is a background in I think this is what I was told, is that Don Smith, think of the book Magnetic Resonance Energy Crafting Systematic Index book. Think of that book by Rick Friedrich, right? That book assumes it's speaking to a public that is knowledgeable in ham radio. So if you have ham radio experience, then this will speak to you. That's what I'm told. Now, if you don't have any experience at all in ham radio, then it may not make sense, right? Because we're not going to understand like what he's talking about. I went and studied all the ham radio internet videos, but it was all about antennas. It seemed like it was all about antennas, right? So it's all about how do we interact with space and moving frequency and signal across space. That's what it seems like. Look at this neat big tank right here. So riding an electric unicycle is an opportunity to engage the brain, right? Engage your mind. And look, I'm balancing right now on one wheel, and I'm learning how to ride sitting down, right? Now, you could learn to ride sitting down, and you don't have to learn to ride standing up. So, you could just sit down all the time, and you can use this as your mobility device, right? It's one thought. You could use it to get around, and just not going fast. You don't want to go fast around people. That's important. And anytime I've seen someone going fast around people, the police will be involved. But if you go slow around people, then there's no troubles because you're not putting the public in danger, right? That's a big thing. It's like, don't put the public in danger. And don't put yourself in danger. I mean, beyond the danger of risk of riding an electric unicycle or bicycle or just being outside your house. Even being inside your house could be said to be dangerous, right? But so we just have to practice safety in all levels. Some people call it a mindfulness. So those Sierra Club walks were 5 miles, which is why I stopped going on them. I wasn't able to really do that kind of walking because I have trouble with my leg. I broke my leg really bad when I was a kid. Oh, where are we now? And I've had surgeries throughout my life on my leg. I think it's doing fairly well now. I'm in physical therapy, and this is neat. Wow. It's nice up here. I don't know how to tell you how to get here other than watch the video. Okay, let's start a new video and we'll see you in a few seconds. Stop recording. Stop recording.